Hi and welcome to your Thursday tip. I'm Rebecca Fredericks and welcome to RebeccaFredericksTV, the place to be for your personal and professional success. Now, I want to talk to you today about decisions because it is so important that you consciously make decisions about your life as often as possible. Now, many women are great at making decisions, but just as many aren't. And if you're not, then this episode is for you. Now, like many of you, I've always been good at making decisions when I know what the answer is. I trust my instincts, I'm impulsive, and I just go with it. But more times than not, I just don't know what to decide. I don't know what the best thing to do is. I'm stuck in no man's land with no idea where to go or what to do. And it's these really hard decisions that are often the most important. And it's because they are so hard to make that we often try not to make them at all. We let someone else do it for us, or we leave it so long until there's no longer any decision to be made. We wait until the right answer, the right decision becomes so obvious we can't get it wrong. So we can't fail. But then the decision has gone. It's out of our hands. And we're at the mercy of the resulting option, no longer in control, no longer empowered to sculpt and create our own lives. And of course, it doesn't have to be this way. There are things that we can do to ensure that we know how to put ourselves into the best position possible to make the best decision possible. I'm going to share with you the strategy that I have developed and always try and use every time I have a really difficult decision to make. And now, instead of retreating or procrastinating or ignoring the decision, I launch myself at it full throttle because I know that I want to be the person making the decisions about my life, because I know that no one else can make these decisions for me, and because I know I need to be in control so that I am creating the success that I want to create for my own life. Knowing how important your decisions are and how to approach the decision-making process will arm you with everything you need to know to make decision-making as simple, easy, and effective as possible. So let's look at my how to make a great decision strategy. 1. Make sure you're in a positive state or completely unemotional when you make your decision. Your frame of mind is an essential determinant of how a particular decision will pan out when it's made. And this is basically because decisions are state and context dependent. If you make a decision when you're in a negative state, you're anxious or annoyed or angry or upset or depressed or unhappy, it's likely that the decision you make won't be the best decision for you. However, if you make a decision when you're in a positive state, you're motivated and happy, it's much more likely that the decision will serve you better and produce a more positive outcome. So become conscious of your state before you make an important decision. And if you're in a negative state, put off making the decision until you're in a more positive state. 2. Look at the long-term effects of the decision. What will be the outcome in a week, a month, or a year? Having that extra piece of cake might be a great decision for now because it tastes good and it'll satisfy your hunger, it'll satisfy those sugar cravings. But is it good for your long-term weight loss goal? Probably not. Make sure that you're making decisions for your long-term plans and not for instant gratification. You need to make decisions and act today for the life you want in the future. And this often means making big sacrifices in the short term. 3. Identify how you feel about each decision. What does your gut tell you? Instinct, gut reaction, whatever you call it. Sometimes we just know what decision to make, and this feeling, this reaction, is our subconscious at work. Our subconscious has made the decision and we're aware of it before our conscious mind has rationalized and been able to verbalize why this decision has been made. So learn to listen to your feelings and your instincts because these are often the best decisions you will ever make. 4. Learn from your past experience. Your past experiences will inform your decisions. You have made a million decisions before. Getting up in the morning is a decision. And some of these decisions were good decisions, some were bad decisions. And these decisions have made you who you are today. So learn from the decisions that you have made in the past. What have they taught you? And use all of these experiences to inform the decisions that you're making today and the ones that you're going to make going forwards. 5, make more decisions. The more experience you have at making decisions, the better you will be at making them. Making decisions can be quite daunting, particularly if you're not a very assertive person. But the more practice you get at making them, the better you will become. Consciously realize when you are making a decision. Even notice the little insignificant decisions that you make. By doing this, you are reinforcing the fact that you can make decisions. You can make good decisions, and that decision making doesn't have to be hard or painful. 6, believe in yourself. Believe that you will make the right decision, and you will. Half the battle is believing in ourselves, believing that we can successfully do something. Making decisions is no different. If we don't believe in our ability to make good decisions, to make the right decisions, we simply stop making decisions altogether. Believe that you can do it, and you will be able to do it. 7, commit to your decision. Once you've made a decision, stick to it. Don't keep changing your mind. Once you've made a decision, stay with the decision until you realize that it's not working for you if it isn't. But don't change your mind before you've given the decision enough time to come to fruition. When we're not sure what to do, it's easy to constantly change our minds. But we need to believe in our decision and give it time to marinate, to get results. And once we've seen the results, then assess whether we need to make another decision. 8, act on your decision. A decision isn't a decision unless you take immediate action on it. Make this a new rule for your life. We all make quasi-decisions every day. I will do this, I will do that. But unless you're taking an action to make that decision a reality, it just gets lost, it gets forgotten, it gets put onto that heap of wasted, unfulfilled decisions. Now, if you follow all of these steps before you make any kind of important decision, you'll immediately get out of stuck and into action. As soon as you're faced with a decision, look back at this strategy, follow all the steps, and I have no doubt that the right decision for you will become obvious. So today's exercise is simply to start consciously making decisions. Realize that everything you do is a decision. You're making great decisions all the time. Realize that and congratulate yourself for that. Take courage from that. And I don't know when you'll next face a huge, important decision, but when you do, look back at this 8-step strategy, follow the steps, and make a decision. I've put all of this into your exercise blueprint, so head over to RebeccaFredericksTV and download that now. So that's it from me this week. I hope you found that helpful. Now, I would love to know how you make decisions. Do you do anything different or interesting that you can share with us? As always, we would love to hear from you and learn from your experiences. And if you've liked this episode, then please like it below, like it on Facebook, and then share it with any of your friends that you think may be interested. Here's your Thursday tip tweetable. Your decisions determine the course of your life. Learn to get good at making decisions. As always, remember that you are in control of your own life. If you want something to happen, you have to go out there and make the changes. That's not to say that others can't support you and help you. That's why I'm here, and that's what your friends and family are for. You have all the power that you will ever need inside of yourself. So use it and create a life and a future that you love. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next week.